The Dental Coach's comments brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. We bring in Lobo head coach Craig Neal. And Coach Neal, the 4-game skid ends and you guys win. I know you're probably not happy with the finish there in the second half, but you built a 20-point lead at one point in the second half today.
Yeah, I just think that, our guys get comfortable and they got to finish games, and then we got to act with better composure. And, it's a growing thing for our guys, and they were able to get over the hump. They played really good basketball for about 35 minutes. And then you got to give Nevada credit. They were down and they made some shots. And, they're 1 for 10 at half, and then they throw some shots in the second half, timely shots. The biggest thing is they're 4 for 13 in the second half, but I think the 4 that they made came in the last 5 minutes. If I had to go back and look, or at least the last 7 minutes. So that was the biggest thing, and our guys held on and played. We didn't make free throws like we're capable of making. 4 for 19 is about what we're doing as a team, but we're better than that. And we missed a couple front ends, and we got to make those coming down the stretch. But all in all, pretty good. We shared the ball a lot more, and then when we didn't share the ball and started doing too much individually, that's when we struggled. But it's good to out-rebound them by 14 rebounds, and it was good to have O back. And I thought he was real active. He's only credited for 2 blocks, but probably changed 5 or 6 shots. So, excuse me, he makes a big difference.
O had a terrific game, and it's the second time this season that he's played one of his better games against Nevada.
Mm-hmm. He's comfortable with that, and he does a good job, and I think he wanted to win, and I thought our guys played with good energy, and the biggest thing is we had small goals tonight. Did some things with small goals in the sense that just trying to make sure we're doing every little thing in that 4-minute game that we had to do, helping each other, what we're doing on ball screen, how we're acting in the zone. Our zone was back to normal where we had activity. We were covering for each other. And the thing that I've been preaching to them after this 4 games that we've been on the wrong side is that just because somebody takes a bad shot, just because somebody makes a mistake, you got to cover for that person, and we got to make that up. And with a young group, it's just like when you have a bunch of younger brothers, it's somebody else's fault that didn't get in at curfew or broke the window or lost the football or didn't do the laundry or pick the dishes up. I mean, it's a young group. Instead of saying, hey, okay, he didn't do the dishes, so I'm going to go do them for him. And I thought our guys really played through mistakes tonight, which we haven't done.
Coach, I thought there was a lot of good things, like you said. I mean, balanced scoring. I thought they figured out defensively how to help one another and keeping the guys out of the painted area where they scored over half their points in the paint. Nevada did in the first half.
Right.
But, it just seems like closing out the game strong against a good team, this would have been a very, maybe a different decision here, outcome. But how do you get the guys to stay focused? I think there were a number of, whether it was technical fouls or just turnovers.
Yeah, that started with Cullen, but it really wasn't the turnovers. If you make your free throws, you have to worry about it.
Right.
If you make your free throws, then it makes a difference. If you can keep it a double figures game, and once you come down and let them get to single digits, anything can happen with the 3-point shot. And we had some bad plays, some bad turnovers. Cullen's technical wasn't good. We had a chance to go up 19, and we tried to throw end-to-end pass, and we don't have to do that. I mean, that's why I talk about our guys get comfortable and think that they're going to try to hit the home run and wiffle ball every time, instead of, all right, let's get another good shot, let's go up 19, let's go up 21, and then it goes from 19 to 17 to 15, and it becomes contagious, and they just don't understand that's not the time to hit the home run. The time to hit the home run is after the game's over, and you got to make a play late in the clock.
You guys, I thought, shared the ball really well for the most part offensively. 16 assists today of the 26 made field goals. And did the offense look like what you were hoping it would?
Our offense is really good, guys, when we change sides of the floor. Our offense is not very good when we stay on one side and when we cut and we move the ball. Now, there's some things we got to work on. There's no reason that somebody with a 5-second count should pressure us and take the ball from us, or we can't break that down, or we can't make the play. We got to learn to drive that and make the play. Like Tim Williams made a great play late in the game, get a bounce pass to Obach. Well, we were getting pressured out there, and there's no way they can stay in front of Tim Jacobs or saying we got to drive that ball. We can't let people get up on us with with an 0-5 count. So we got to get better at that. So all in all, just happy we got over the hump and got a little momentum going in the tournament.
Overall, the turnover number ends at 15, but were you happier with the way that New Mexico took care of the ball today?
Well, we had 10 in the second half. We only had 5. I thought a lot of them were late.
Yep.
Had some offensive calls, and then we just made some bad passes at the end. And that's when you can't try to make crazy passes. And it goes back to just what I'm talking about, guys. We got it in on the press. They didn't get it in half court. They didn't get us in the back court. It was the passes we were making in the front court and the things we did. We got to take shots, and we got to know when there's a minute 15 left and you're up 7. That's not time to make a long jump. We got to drive it, try to get a dump down, try to get fouled because you're in the bonus.
And I thought they recognized throughout the game. Elijah recognized certain mismatches,
yep.
and he pulled the guy. He had a big on him. He pulled him out and knocked down a 3.
Yep.
I mean, there's certain things that you're starting to see where guys are recognizing opportunities where there's mismatch or.
Well, they're getting that, and they've got that. It's just that they get down after one bad play, and they didn't do that tonight. They picked each other up. They played through mistakes. They played through guys missing shots. They played through that tonight. In games in the past, it's like I called 2 timeouts when they made 2 baskets, and I'm going to do that because I've got to keep my guys focused and on the task. And if I can continue to do that, we're going to gain some momentum. And our guys are believers. They just got to do the little things all the time, and it's got to be a group effort. I think X gave us tremendous minutes off the bench. I thought Tim Jacobs gave us tremendous minutes. Now I shortened the bench a little bit because we had a nice flow going. We had guys playing well, and I thought those guys did a nice job.
Sam Logwood did not score in the first half, but it seemed like he opened the second half on a mission, and he rebounded the ball very well throughout the game.
Yeah, and he can do that defensively and do that offensively. The thing that Sam's got to do that I've been trying to talk to him about is don't do what you can't do. Don't try to do things you can't do. I thought he played his strengths tonight. He made some great reads on cuts. He made some pops, and he got it to the rim. He's explosive down there. I just like to see him make those free throws down at the end. But he's done a great job for us. I was teasing him. I was giving him a hard time because Elijah threw it through his legs down here at the midcourt line when we're up, and I was like, Sam, you got to catch that. And he kind of looked like I was crazy, and I said, come on, Sam, I think you're a shortstop. That's turned a double play. So, those are the plays you have to make. You can't just let it go, even if you have to get down on your knees to make sure you gain possession.
Block the ball.
Just block it.
Yeah. I thought this was going to be a huge number, and I mentioned it to Hunter in our pregame. 4 of the last 5 games, O didn't reach 20 minutes of court time. Today, he was able to play 33 minutes, and look what he did across the board. You talked about the shots altered, the double-double, the career-high 14 rebounds. He was fantastic.
Guys, if he plays like that, we're very competitive against anybody.
Yeah.
And I talked to Rob and I were on the air talking. Typically, this wouldn't be a good matchup for him because they're small. They don't have any bigs. Mm-hmm. He'd be in foul trouble and be sitting next to you, but he actually played through it and played well, got a career high in rebounds.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, and you want to see it happen for a great kid like that because he's been really discouraged because he hasn't thought his plays helped the team, and all he wants to do is for us to do well and his teammates to do well. That's how selfless he is.
You talked about pleasers on your team.'s the biggest one. How do you keep his confidence up so that when maybe when he gets off to a slow start,
O's one of those kids you can't get on. And our players got to understand that. And I think they do a good job. And we've been doing spending a lot of time with him, and I think he's reacted. But just being real positive with him.
Well, this was a positive result. You guys need it. Yep. So next week, conference tournament.
Excited.
4 seed.
Don't have to play on Thursday. On Wednesday.
On Wednesday, right?
Wednesday,
first game is Thursday.
Yeah, we're excited. And guys, it's been an up and down year, and I'm disappointed with the way the year's gone because I've always wanted to compete at a high level and compete for the championships. And I think once our guys lost the San Diego State game and were shell-shocked and went into Utah State and didn't win, I think a young group is like, what are we playing for? And, we can't catch them now. And that's not the way to look at it, but that's the way young kids think. And I think they've They understand that now there's another slate coming up, and they know they can play with anybody. And, I like my guys, and I always have, and I'm proud of them because what they've been through recently has been tough, and they came out ready to play tonight. And if we continue to play like that, that's the way we played earlier in the year when we got off to a good start, and just haven't worked out lately, but they were really competitive tonight.
So the mentality going into the tournament, Coach, what do you want? You want them to be loose? You want them to be...
Yeah, I want them to go play. I want them to be them. I want them to come out and play like they did tonight. And, we'll have 8,500 to 9,000 Lobo fans going there nuts, so it'll be like Pitt West, and that'll be a great benefit for us. It gives us an extra day's rest. And, guys, we finished fourth. We're picked sixth. Did I like our record? No. Do I expect more out of our program? Yes. But for a young team to go into this conference season and kind of have an up and down thing and come out 10-8, not what we were looking for, but it's pretty good to finish fourth with a new group. And, that's not what we strive for, and I don't want anybody to get that twisted. I have more expectations on myself and my program than fans or anybody in our community. But all in all, to finish fourth and have the ups and down valleys that we've had. And the only thing is I think our guys are sitting there after our game in the locker room talking to each other and finally enjoying it. And I told them how great this feels. How's it feel? And they're excited. I said, we had some missed opportunities, but all it takes 3 wins. And we're the only program in the history to do it 3 times in a row. And we'll try to get them ready.
All right, safe travels tomorrow, and we'll see you in Vegas next week.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Lobo head coach Craig Neal, your Delta Dental coach's comments brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. Almost 400,000 New Mexicans covered by Delta Dental plans. For more info, log on to Delta Dental.